back. I don't say this very often, but do not leave the television or radio set or the app or however you're getting this information, because I'm about to give one of the most peculiar interviews I think I've ever given in my entire career, and I've been doing this an awfully long time. So don't move from the set, all right? When some people die, they might say they want to be cremated, they might say they want to be buried, but not my next guest. My next guest is the founder of animal rights group Peta. You've heard of them, obviously. And she's decided that she wants parts of her body, after she passes away, sent to various people and to various places. For example, she wants a piece of her neck to be sent to King Charles, and she wants to send her lips to the President of the United States. Her name is Ingrid Newkirk. As I say, she founded Peta, and she's right here. She's right now. The first thing I need to know is, are you in good health?
I think so, yes. I might not die for a while unless I'm hit by a car.
OK, let's hope not. So you're not planning to do this week. This is a future plan.
Yes, this is an insurance, really, that when I go, I can continue my activism by giving my body parts away to make serious points about issues that I'm drawing attention to in a provocative way.
OK, so take me through the body, your body, and your body parts, which they will be then after your demise, and tell me what you're going to do with them. First of all, where you're going to send them, to whom and why. And then we'll talk about the mechanics of actually making this part of your will.
Well, it's a very serious thing because we see terrible things that have happened to animals. We have undercover video footage and so on of things people don't usually see. But you can't just give people the gory facts. So I thought I'd come up with this after I had a very bad situation in an aircraft where we all thought we were going to die.
Right.
So afterwards I thought, well, I'll give my body parts away afterwards, if my body's intact. So I've asked people for suggestions. 20 years ago, I did the first one, and since then, we've won some wonderful things. I was giving a pointing finger to the biggest circus on earth, Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, because they were dragging these elephants around in chains and so on. They've said no, they're not using animals anymore, and you're hard-pressed to find a circus that does.
That's right. So that's a way in which Peta has brought about change, and you must feel very happy about that.
I'm delighted.
So that finger doesn't have to be sent to Barnum and Bailey. So what about the body parts you are going to send?
I'm going to send a thumbs up, thumb, to Ringling for changing to all human volunteer acts, acrobats and what have you.
Okay.
And I will go to, well, I've got two of them. So one will go to the National Institutes of Health, which is the biggest funder of animal experiments in the world. So to say we're keeping an eye on you, because we keep finding them doing things that are illegal, that are extraordinarily cruel and so on. One going to the Home Office because they are giving licenses to people to do psychology experiments on animals, depriving them of a life, keeping them in a cage. These things need to go in this day and age.
So Ingrid, let's just imagine this, and it's very difficult to imagine it because it means you will no longer be with us, and I realise this is a delicate matter, but let's imagine that your wish comes true and you pass away, you die, one of your eyes is dissected from your corpse, and then it is sent to the Home Office. How is it going to be sent? What is it going to be in? And is there going to be a note from you or a letter or a video of you talking to them, or how's it going to work?
Well, I'm not sure, because I'm not sure of the technology when I go.
Right.
But I have a pathologist, and it's all drawn up legally, and she's able to dissect the body and preserve the bits. And then the bits all go to Peta, and they will have to deal with the mechanics of it. On the box itself, I want to make sure that there is a warning that says what's inside and why.
So warning, a human eye is contained in this box.
Yes, and why it's there.
Right.
Because the educational message, if they chuck it out, at least they'll have read, you could have stopped doing that terrible thing you're doing, but because you're continuing to do it, then I'm sending you this part to remind you.
Okay,
It'll be a bit of my liver, for example.
Wait. So we all remember the horse's head, you know, as a kind of mafia offering that arrives in somebody's bed. I think we think it's probably illegal to do that kind of thing. Is it legal to send somebody your neck or your nose or whatever after you die?
You can ship a body. You know, if you die in Spain and you want to be shipped to Ireland or so, you can do it.
Yes.
So the mechanics there are available, and I've got a good lawyer, a good executor who will make sure that's done. So you can carve it up. Some places you probably can't send some things, And so we'll be thwarted, but not for long, because we'll find somewhere else to send the part to. They'll have discretion.
Because I was just thinking about whether it's legal to send a body part to someone who isn't expecting it and might get the absolute shock of their life. I mean, you open the box and there's one of your fingers or your neck or an earlobe or something, you could give someone a heart attack.
We'll announce it, so they'll know it's coming.
Oh, they'll know
because
it's coming.
we want public sympathy for, maybe it's bullfighting. An ear goes to the King of Spain to say 100 cities have banned bullfighting now. Who knows in the future?
Yes.
And so we want you to speak up against it if it's still going on. And so we'll announce it. They'll know.
Tell me about the neck. Your neck, not the neck. Your neck. Where will it go?
There are two bits. The trachea goes to Crufts because they're breeding those little smash-faced dogs called breathing impaired dogs, and people are buying them not thinking that they can't breathe well. They're panting and having difficulty. The other part of my neck will go to King Charles, or he's the same age as me, so it may be another monarch.
But why to the king?
Well, there is a loft, a pigeon loft, and they raise pigeons, which people think is a very benign activity. But actually, pigeons are wonderful, gentle little birds. They're excellent parents. And that's exploited in pigeon racing because they mate for life, and people make the mate or the egg or the baby stay at home, and the bird has to cross sometimes the English Channel over all that water. Many of them drown in what are called smash races. We want the pigeon loft done away with, pigeon racing
And just
stopped.
explain the link between your neck and the pigeon loft.
I forgot that bit.
Yes.
It's when the pigeons come back. If they haven't won, if they've not timed out properly, they wring their necks.
Oh, I see.
And they're dear birds.
And
They
you're
mate
going to
for
send
life.
a part of your body to President Macron of France or whoever the French president is. Which part are you going to send there?
A bit of my liver, because things have changed. There now is faux gras instead of foie gras. But Macron has said that it's the national dish of France. And of course, it's produced by force-feeding ducks and geese. It's a hideous procedure. They're lovely birds too. And I want to make the point that no one has to eat such a thing.
Are you scared that President Macron might eat your liver?
No, not at all. I hope he chokes on it if he's still supporting foie gras.
I mean, he might look at it and think it was a delicious delicacy and he'd get his wife to fry it up for dinner with some onions.
I'll have to drink a lot so that it's alcohol
Ingrid,
infused.
this is absolutely macabre, completely peculiar.
But you know, burning a body or putting it under the ground, I mean, people accept that as normal. When I made this decision, I went to my mother, she's passed away now, and I said, "Is this all right by you?" And she said, "Yes, do what you want, dear."
She sounds like an amazing mother. You're a most extraordinary person. I'm very glad you came in to tell me about this in person. I hope it's at least another 30, 40 years before we have to think about this in practice.